is to make the fights happen. His job is to go in there and win, and that's what we've done thus far.
Moving forward, what do you think is the biggest opportunity for Tank? Now, obviously not overlooking past Isaac Cruz, because we just saw what happened this past Saturday, but what do you think is the biggest opportunity for Tank?
Well, we got different goals. The ultimate goal in the beginning was, to become world champion. And we constantly want to, beat different top guys, but we can't call any particular names out. We just want to, fight the best. And he's never gonna get his credit that he's really due, because they're really just jealous of me. It's really not him. All he's doing is going out there, beating the guys that's put in front of him. So, is it really that we don't like Tank or we don't like Floyd?
Floyd, is Isak a better opponent than Rolly in your opinion?
I can't really say. Styles make fights. So we'll see how everything plays out Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a very interesting fight Sunday. I just honestly believe this guy's one of the best lightweights also out there. He's no pushover. I had a chance to watch some clips, and normally I don't really watch, go watch any highlights, and I had a chance to see this guy. And I think he's the guy that everybody's really sleeping on. So, but it's gonna be kind of a good test for Tank, and everything should be, a great fight come Sunday, is I think it's gonna be.
What did you see in Cruz that makes you think it's going to be a good test for Tank?
If you're not, I just said it. I just said I watched the highlights.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're listening, but I said I watched the highlights.
No, what did you see in those highlights that makes you believe that?
Oh, I can't. I'm not that. I mean, he just.
I can't tell you the secret.
I'm not going to tell you what he do good or what he don't do good,
Right.
but at the end of the day, it's obvious I got the remedy, because I was up there and I said I faced guys like this before in the beginning of my career.
Floyd, this could be fight of the year potentially on Saturday. I know it's December 5th, but he could steal the show.
We don't really want this to be fight of the year. So we don't want our guy to really take no damage, no punishment. We're not with it. The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. And you're talking to one of the guys that was the master at it. So I don't believe in my guys taking punishment, for everybody can go home and say, oh yeah, it was a great fight. When the boy career's over, he can barely walk and talk. That's not cool.
Floyd, what makes you've defeated numerous Mexican fighters?
Is that something that the three of you want to see from him?
Well, I haven't been to training camp, so I don't know what's going on. But these guys, I'm pretty sure, got them covered all around the board. They went out there and done what they had to do all throughout training camp, I'm pretty sure. And he's going to be ready to come Sunday.
Hey, Floyd, you faced numerous Mexicans. You've defeated every top Mexican fighter you've had.
We don't really want to just say, because that seemed like that seemed a little racist, a little stereotype.
No.
I faced people from all walks of life and beat them all.
Right.
Say that. That's better. Not just Mexican.
No, I get you, but my question is,
I beat everybody.
My question is, what makes the Mexican fighter that tough fighter that you faced? And that Tank.
Marcos Maidana was tough.
Yeah.
He wasn't Mexican. Manny Pacquiao was a tough competitor. He wasn't Mexican. So it's not that. A lot of times us fighters can make things rough on ourselves. So
right.
This was going on. If Tank is out there fighting, if they give Tank some advice and he go out there and he's doing what they're telling him, but it's not working. As a fighter, he has to come back and tell them, yo, this is not working. Where as a fighter just come back and a fighter don't say nothing. Whereas with me, I'm going to come back, and a lot of times I may not say nothing because I know my trainers got the microphones on. So when I come back, I don't say something a lot of times. I just go out there and do what I have to do with so much experience that I have, over the years.
Floyd, you've been around Tank for quite a number of years. Floyd, talk to us about the maturation process of Tank and how you've seen him grown over the years.
He still has a lot of growing to do, and eventually he will see. Your mind frame is not the same. When you're 16, you get your license. When you're 18, you're able to buy, cigarettes, and you're able to vote. And then you're 21, you're able to go to a nightclub, and you're able to buy liquor at 21. So as you get older, you look at things in a total different way. You know, I feel like not just with age comes wisdom, but also with a lot of experience comes wisdom. So in due time, you know, he'll see just about different things in life, different individuals.
Floyd and Leonard, I want to ask both of you in particular, talk to us about the Sunday boxing model. A lot of folks tend to like it. This is the second fight that we've seen on a Sunday. Talk to us about that. Whose idea was that?
I'm not going to sit right here and take the credit for that. That was a team effort, I would like to say. You know, Leonard, as well as Al, and some other individuals, we talked about it because Super Bowl is on a Sunday. A lot of award shows is on a Sunday. The NBA All-Star is on a Sunday. So we said, you know what? Let's roll the dice and do something different. Let's go on a Sunday. And a lot of people, are at home. A lot of times on Saturday, a lot of people in nightclubs because most people that work at 9 to 5 want to enjoy the Friday and the Saturday. But Sunday, everybody's at home. You can sit down, and enjoy the festivities and enjoy the main event.
Talk about competing with the NFL on Sunday. You guys will compete with the Chiefs, I believe. On Sunday night.
Once again, no, we don't got to say that. We're never competing with anybody. When you in your own zone, you don't got to compete with nobody. I'm never compete with nobody. I never try to compete with nobody. For us, who was the best in the sport of boxing? I just went out there and did what I did.
Floyd,
for those
with a lot of
from your
upsets going on in boxing, just being on top of the game of boxing, how do you stay motivated?
Well, you have to give me an example. When you say a lot of upsets, name a lot of upsets.
Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos were the big upsets.
Name some more.
Anthony Joshua and Usyk.
That was not an upset.
Oh, was it?
I mean, when you got two guys with so much experience, like I said before, you got guys with two guys. It's just that Anthony Joshua was on TV, and everybody seen him. Usyk was a hell of a fighter, a gold medalist, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, was.
Yeah, but he was behind the scenes. Two guys with a crazy amateur backgrounds, and one guy is not being seen, and another guy is being seen. Then we call it an upset. No, it's just that he was working behind the scenes, and another guy was working in front of everybody. Then finally, they had to meet up, and then Anthony Joshua came up short. But Anthony Joshua, I told him from the beginning. I was one of the first guys to come on record from the beginning. I told him he can come, and I can teach him some pointers. Because a lot of times, this is just my take. The same coach you had as an amateur doesn't always make him a great professional coach, because some guys are great at amateur coaching and some guys are great at professional coaching. And even like my dad, I feel like my dad was the best as a professional because he was teaching me when I was an amateur, he was teaching me like a professional. So, like I said, I'm going to always speak the real, whether somebody like it or not. I just feel like Anthony Joshua, they keep going to different coaches. Oh, this coach gonna work with him. This coach gonna work with him. I told him in the beginning when he was undefeated, you got some things you still got to tweak, because if you don't, then you may come up short.
So speaking on the training situation, Teofimo Lopez, some people consider an upset. Kambosos beating him. Some people feel he might need a trainer change. His dad's been training him his entire career in his life. What do you make on speaking on the training subject in terms of that?
Well, I wish these young guys nothing but the best. These guys, sometimes these guys win a title, then it means the world to them. And you can't knock them. That's some fighters' goal. And, he was undisputed champion. Something that I never did. It's not like I couldn't have done it, but I didn't do it. And that was a hell of a goal in itself. So I'm not going to sit right here and bash him or bash his dad. I wish him and his dad nothing but the best. Some people was telling me that he wanted to move up to 140. If that's the best for your fighter, then that's what you should do. But congratulations on being the former undisputed champion, because like I said before, now it's something that I did, nobody else has done also. You know, I had the WBC and the WBA at welterweight, and I had the WBC and the WBA and the WBO at junior middleweight. So I'm the first fighter to hold 5 titles at one particular time. Now I don't know if nobody has done that. Now we got I think we got Canelo right now, got 4. What, 3? I don't know what the number. I think he got 4. And then he's going up to cruiserweight. He's fighting a guy that's really not, you know, the guy a little up and down, but it is what it is. I mean, if it was up to me, like we keep on saying, we want to see Benavidez. Canelo, a hell of a fighter, but my personal opinion, he's ducking Benavidez. You know, that's just my personal opinion, and I'm allowed to speak my mind. That's just what it is. He's going up. He's going up to Cruz, and I'm not knocking him, but he's going up to cruiserweight. And that same guy with that, he used to be at the Mayweather boxing gym. The guys really getting the best of him in the Mayweather boxing gym. So if he's going up to quote unquote cruiserweight, I mean that's good. We got a lot. Benavidez can go and beat that same guy. He can beat that same guy at 168. So he's not doing nothing, you know, like I said before. But when you are put in a certain position, he should be I mean, he's able to like me. You know, when I was in a position, I can pick and choose who I want to, because I earned that right. But do I like this fight? Absolutely not. We want to see Benavidez. Let's make it happen.
Speaking of Canelo, he's showing a lot of support for Isaac Cruz. What do you think about that? Canelo
Yeah, what I don't like is this, and I was going to talk to Tank about this. You can't be wearing Canelo gloves and he's rooting against you. You know, I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it. And then it's not like, I mean, some gloves, we can wear 1,000 different gloves. The results, it's always going to be the same, but I can't wear your gloves and you root against me.
Floyd, we just recently saw Canelo win undisputed at 168. As the only person that's defeated him, what have you seen of yourself in Canelo as of the last couple of years after he fought you?
Same fighter. It's the same fighter. It's crazy that it was like Canelo in his prime. He'd have been a different fighter. When I fought him, he was in his prime. If you go back and look at me, I was the best when I was in my 20s. When I fought Canelo, I was almost 40 years old. You know, and a lot of times they're gonna keep asking me about the Canelo fight, and I already know when they write about it, they're gonna make it seem like, you know, the headline, they're gonna make it seem extremely bad, seem like a beef. I mean, it seems like it's a beef. It's not a beef. I like Canelo. I mean, I like his work. But we're forgetting about Boost Ennis.
Drawn yes.
Hell of a fighter. We don't talk about him. You know, Errol Spence go through some ups and downs throughout life, tragedies, and he still get through it all. And then a guy go out and Terrence Crawford, he go out there and do what he's supposed to do. Of course, he looked good, but we forget about these guys. We don't talk about Tank go out there and do what he got to do, and we forget about these guys. And I'm not going to forget about my people, fighters that don't get their credit. You know, I'm just going to stand behind my people through it all.
Floyd, you're talking about credit. You were talking to Mark Breland on a FaceTime recently, and it seemed that you guys were both giving each other credit. I want to see if you can elaborate what that.
Mark Breland.
Yes.
You know, he's a trainer that really don't say too much. One of the best amateurs ever. And 2-time world champion as a professional, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I'm a real student of the game, real student, and my dad always knew that I was gonna be a hell of a fighter because I was a student that can learn all 3 ways: hearing, seeing, and doing. Mark Breland, hell of a trainer, great guy. Remember, I was just up there talking about that. Up there, when the fighters win, they get all the credit. Then, when a fighter lose, the fighters say it was the trainer fault. It is what it is.
Floyd, 1 week from tonight, you're going to get named the Fighter of the Decade 2010 at the Boxing Writers Dinner in New York.
Which I really should be getting Fighter of the last 2 decades, and you know that.
I'll put in the word. But what does that mean to you? I mean, obviously, you just talked about being remembered. You have been remembered as one of the greats of all time. When you take that award, what are you going to think of? What are you going to think of what you've accomplished in your career?
For the fighter of the decade, I'm the fighter of the last century, honestly. and it's a reason why I'm the best fighter of the last 100 years. The credentials show it. And I went out there and showed it. What's better than going out there, being world champion for what, 20 years? Box office, I got the record. Pay-per-view, I got the record. I ain't want to. It's better to have 5 world titles than 4 at one particular time. So, I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna always have their opinion about me. I'm always be who I am. I'm always speak from the heart, and know that when I went out there, I gave it 100%. Whether I was 100% when I went in there or not, I always gave it 100%.
Well, you just got done talking about it. A lot of these guys, including yourself, had